And I thought I was guilty of wearing shoes that were hard to walk in. And here's Sydney Sweeney, one of the few Hollywood actresses that actually likes looking good when she goes out. It's time again for the Met Gala, where Hollywood actors and actresses all fight over who can be the most entitled and obnoxious. This is Halle Berry at the Met Gala, and this is Halle Berry's crotch at the Met Gala. And here we have a young lady that seems to have forgotten her pants. Yeah.
The Met Gala is officially over. Dead. Done. Once the apex of high fashion culture and A-list celebrity, the gala now looks more like a sad sack D-list, past its prime wannabe version of its old self. It's closer to today's nerd prom White House Correspondents' Dinner than the center of the celeb and beauty universe as it used to be. This year's theme was Superfine, Tailoring Black Style, an homage to black dandyism. What's that, you ask? No one has any idea. Prepare yourself, however, for a deep dive into leftist, academic, gobbledygook, nonsensical talk, which is probably how it got chosen as the Met Gala theme. That and their desire to pander to black people. The Met says black dandyism came from the intersection of African and European style traditions, of course. What does that mean? I have no idea. But it seems to be based on a 2009 book written by a woman named Monica Miller called Slaves to Fashion, Black Dandyism and the Styling of Black Diasporic Identity. Okay, so far we have dandyism, intersection, and diasporic identity. So we're batting 1,000 on the scale of leftist code language that will make liberals sound smarter and feel superior. Ms. Miller's book provides as follows, quote, "The black dandy's style is, from the beginning, always simultaneously personal, cultural, representative of the race, and about representation, even as it evaluates norms of racialization, class privileges, gender assignments, and the rules of sexuality in ways similar to that of his European dandy brothers." All clear now? No one is. The whole point is to lose you and sound smarter than you by saying words that are totally empty.
I don't know who this is. Oh. Still don't know who this is. And I still don't know who this is. Oh. 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 What? Come on.
Kosha, one of the attendees of this $70,000 a head get-together was Kamala Harris. Now, she was wearing an outfit described thusly by Vanity Fair,
it's ugly.
A bespoke black and cream silk off-white dress featuring colour blocking and a dramatic trailing sleeve, as well as a black scarf that doubled as a diminutive train for the look. It's also been compared to the iconic New York favourite dessert, the black and white cookie. That's a bit harsh.
Kamala Harris was in attendance, giving pure Cruella de Vil vibes. See, now this is how you do black and white tastefully. I don't know what's going on here.
That's funny.
This really is the Hunger Games. Daniel San wore it best. This is how you do inclusivity in fashion. Well, just because it's an idea doesn't mean it's a good idea. Billionaire Kylie Jenner cries in pain as she complains about being stuck in her shoes as her team try to remove them after the Met Gala.
Does it hurt?
Max told me to
tape my feet into this shoe. And now my feet are stuck in the
Oh my
shoes.
god, that's wild.
Ow! Wait.
Oh, thank goodness she's okay. Whatever would we have done? Okay. I prefer the Carol Burnett version myself.
Over the weekend, who better to talk about fashion than our own Caleb Bond?
Indeed. The weirdos and wackos, they come out every year in the US. You can see some of them here for the Met Gala. It actually probably wasn't as bad this year as it has been in some years. I mean, look, it's a suit. Oh, my God, it's a tuxedo. Oh, Sydney Sweeney, be still my beating heart. But look at that. Anthony Pratt there. He takes the cake for me, and I think we might have an image we can show you as well after this footage here. Anthony Pratt rocked up, of course, from Vizzy. He rocked up in a suit fully done up there with the recycling symbols on it. As far as I'm concerned, that takes the cake. Because if you look at some of the other stuff they had there, Andre 3000, whoever the hell he is, he's a rapper apparently.
Oh.
I don't know, it looks like he's off to Soviet Russia or something. Janelle Monáe, I'm not really sure what's going on there. Doja Cat, she's a singer. She actually looks half decent. Whoopi Goldberg, well, you know, she's Whoopi Goldberg. She looks like she's rocked up as the fat controller or something. And Sydney Sweeney, you saw her before, but I'm going to show her again because she looks good. But the only problem is, the theme was Superfine Tailoring Black Style, that being black people. Isn't that cultural appropriation?
Ooh.
It's always,
yeah, that is tricky.
It's always racial with the Hollywood elite.
Now let's get to the so-called beautiful people and their prom, their Year 12 formulas, we would say here in Australia, the Met Gala. And I'll be honest, as a blokey bloke, I don't care about this event, but I know plenty of people do, and they seem to have outdone themselves with wankery in 2025.
I know. And honestly, it's like, it's part of a trend. You know, we're seeing this everywhere. Chrissy Teigen, that moron, showed her underwear at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, which was with the president a couple of years ago. All these Hollywood events now, or like the Cannes Film Festival, like these big events with Hollywood stars involve more and more parts you never used to show. Like maybe you'd have a low plunging back where it'd go pretty low, but now they're halfway down the crack, Paul. I'm sorry, but if you go halfway down the crack, now you're starting to think about bodily functions and it's noticeably less hot. That's my own 2 cents. Okay, I'm just saying, like, you crossed over from like really sexy to more like clinical and biology related, and no one wants that. So I just think it's just one-upsmanship for clicks. You know, they're dying to feel like they matter.
I just don't even understand how this top stays on.
Well, former Vice President and 2024 presidential candidate Kamala Harris makes a surprise appearance at the Met Gala in New York City last night. Just attending the event requires an invitation, not to mention very deep pockets. And Susie Weiss is a reporter at the Free Press, and Jimmy Fallon is the host of Fox News Saturday Night and Fox Across America. It was $75,000 per person to attend, $350,000 for a 10-person table. And here's a little bit of Kamala's word salad about art. Let me read this and have you react, Susie.
Okay.
She said, art has always had a significant impact on not just culture, but also our policies and politics. Artistic expression, whether it's dance, music, visual arts, or fashion, has a way of capturing the mood and language of the people without words. Art has the power to shape the conversation about where we are today and where we need to go. I mean, as far as word salads goes, that wasn't the worst.
It wasn't her worst. And honestly, at this point, they're private citizens. I don't begrudge them if they want to spend $150,000 on a date night. But on my way here, I took the train, and Brad Lander was in the subway station campaigning. And he was at the Met Gala last night. It was sort of like seeing Cinderella, but instead of sweeping a hearth, she was like selling bail reform. And it was not convincing.
Jimmy, I don't know if Kamala really had to pay the 75 grand.
Yeah, there was.
Mostly this comes with an invitation, and you say, yes, I will be there and wear my best clothes.
But when you wonder how her campaign went through $1.5 billion in 100 days, spending habits like this kind of add up to connect the dots.
The Democrats don't want Leroy to celebrate, but you can combat that by using my Buy Me a Coffee link to buy him a dog treat. Just listen to the little guy crunching back there. He loves his treats. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Red Dawn Daily with your host, me, Dawn Marie, and sometimes Leroy. Oh, Leroy, you look like you're ready for a siesta. You look so cute in your sombrero. You really do.